Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is occupations and autumn. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, it is always important for us to sanitize. Remember, you can always sanitize as well as washing your hands. Just make sure you use soap and water. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything. For today's lesson, we will be talking about division and calendars. For our first lesson today, boys and girls, let's all turn to page 15. On page 15, we are going to be doing division. Now, we have some dots that need to be divided in groups or divided by. And we have our example that already has the answers. But I would like you to please first look at the example and we're going to do this one together. Now, I would like you to please count the dots that are in the box. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they are 10 dots in the box. Now this is the 10 that we're going to continue to use until we are done with that box. So the first number that you see in the example will always be 10. It will also be the biggest number that you are going to see. And then we put our division sign. And as you can see, our division sign is 2 dots with a line in the middle or in between. Now they are asking us to divide by 2 and then to divide by 3, then to divide by 4, and then we divide by 5. So our sum, when we read it, the first one would say 10 divided by 2 equals. Now we are very lucky that they have already put the answers, but I'd like you to first help me, or rather me help you, get the answer. Now there's many methods, but today we are going to be using our counters. So I have our counters here on the table. They are also 10. So what we are going to do is we're going to divide them, which means to separate them in the number that we have been asked. So the first number that we have been asked is 2. So our sum actually says 10 divided by 2. Now I have my 10 counters here. So what we're going to do is take 2 at a time and put them in groups. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Now we have divided our 10 counters into groups of 2. We want to know how many groups we have, so we are going to say 1, because this is one group, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we now have our answer, which is 5. So if we write 10 divided by 2, it will equal 5. Let's put the counters back together, and this time we're not going to add, we still have 10. We are going to find out what 10 divided by 3 equals. So now instead of putting them in groups of 2, we are now going to put them in groups of 3. So we take 3, 1, 2, 3, and we put it on one side. Then we have 1, 2, 3. Then we put it by themselves on the other side. And then we say 1, 2, 3. And we put them by themselves as well. So we now have, let's count how many? 1, 2, 3. But there's one that is left. Now the one that is left, boys and girls, we call this one without a group a remainder. The remainder. Now the remainder means that it failed to find friends, because remember we only have 10 counters. So for us to have our answer that is correct, we will say 10 divided by 3 equals 3. Remainder 1. The reason why we have not put it in a group, like I said before, is that it could not find a space. Remember, we are dividing by 3. So it's okay if you have a remainder, so long you say that you have a remainder. So our answer is 3, 1, 2, 3, remainder 1. Now let's put our counters back together again, and this time we're going to do the last one, which is 5. Our sum says 10 divided by 5. So we have to count 5 and put them aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is another group. So we are done dividing, and we need to get our answer by counting how many groups we have. We have 1, 2, 2 groups, which means our sum will now say 10 divided by 5 equals 2. I want you to please try and do the ones that are at the bottom by yourself. Take your time with your counters, and when you are done, just check if your answers are correct. If you don't understand, that's okay too. You can ask an adult for help. I will see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Now, boys and girls, let us turn to page 16. On page 16, we are continuing with the calendar of March. We're going to use this calendar to answer the questions below. But before we do that, I'd like you to please check the calendar carefully. Now, as you can see, the calendar has the letters of the days. The first S is for Sunday, and we move from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the first S is for Sunday, and the last S that you can see is for Saturday. Now in the month of March, there are 31 days. So they start on a specific day and we count all the way up to 31. After the 31st, then there is a new month. And before the 1st of March, there is February. So now that we know all of this, let us try and answer our questions. Let's read number 1 together. Number 1 says, write the date of the first Monday. Write the date of the first Monday. Now we can see that the 1st of March is on a Monday. You can see that we have a 1 right under our M. But how do we write our answer? Well, we say Monday 1 March 2021. That is how you're going to write your date. Or you can also write 1 March 2021, since the Monday is already there. Now, number 2 says, write the date of the last Friday. So we need to go to Friday, which is the F, go down with our finger to the last date we can see, and the last date we can see is the 26th. Now, when we're saying days of the week, we use our ordinal numbers and not our regular numbers. So we don't say 26, we say 26th. So we know that Friday, the 26th of March, was the last Friday. So you can either write it as 26 March 2021, just like how you write your dates in your books. Then let's move down all the way to number 8. Number 8 says, what was the last day in February 2021? Now, if you check closely, the first day of the month lands on a Monday, which means that the date before that must be for another month because there is no number. So we are having a blank block. That blank block is for the month of March. And it's saying what was the last day. In this case, the last day was Sunday. So I'd like you to please write the word Sunday. Now the rest of the information about the calendar, I'm sure you'll be able to fill in by yourselves. Please read each question twice. Try to look for the answer on the calendar and check your answer by reading the question again. Take your time and I'll see you soon after our advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope that you had fun. Remember, if you're not sure or you don't know, you can always ask an adult for help. Just make sure that you finish the exercises by yourself. So now we are done with our lesson. It's very important for us to sanitize. Make sure that you make sanitizing a regular thing. But if you do not have sanitizer all the time, you can wash your hands with soap and water as well. I wonder, I've not seen Sashi in a long time. Maybe he's outside. Oh, there he is. hello, Zoshi. So, from Zoshi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.